Hello, welcome to another one of my videos. It's been a long time coming. I haven't put much content out over the last, well, let's be realistic, year. It is what it is. But for today, I've got a collection of maybe £20,000 to kind of show you. There's some nice bits. There's some standard bullion bits. There's some international gold, which I think people will enjoy. I know there's going to be people messaging me. And there's just some bog standard, normal things that you would see, but they're nice because they're gold. So let's get into it. The gentleman turned up. He had, well, actually, I'll tell you the backstory. The gentleman messaged me and he said, is it worth selling what I have or just coming to a dealer? And I said, well, the spreads are so thin at the moment. It depends how much you got. You know, if you got the time to go through it and piece it off, then sell it yourself. But realistically, if you've got tons of it, it's probably best to go for a dealer because it's only going to be a small amount under what you're going to get for it anyway. Sometimes the juice isn't worth the squeeze. And he said, okay, you know, I've been dealing with this client for a long time. Some of these coins you would have seen from videos from 4 or 5, maybe even 6 years ago. You know, we're going back a long time with this guy. And I said to him, so I'm always a buyer. Here's what I'm paying. I told him what I'm paying at the moment. He wanted to take some things off the list, and that was fair enough. I said, look, there's a few easy wins for you. It's more than I'd be willing to pay at the moment, but I don't mind doing the bread and butter trading kind of things. So a couple of things got taken off, but then he put some things on the list as well. So I think it started off, it was meant to be 15, and then some coins got taken off, and it ended up being you know what, off memory, I can't remember, but I think it's worth about 20, 19 and a half, 20 in total, I reckon. It depends how the market swings when I sell. So let's get into it. There was a 5-ounce lib. Would I say this is the pick of the bunch? I think there's many things that are very nice. There was some 1-ounce libs. I won't get into this. I was going to show you this one because it's just the better one. I can't recall ever having a 5-ounce. I might have done. This will go for decent money. I might auction it. I'm undecided. It's not going to be something I sell for bullion, but equally I'm not going to take the biscuit on it. You know, I understand that I paid a fair rate on it. I'm not someone who, you know, maximizes. My job is to get it in and get it out, and that's fine. A younger me would have kept this as well. So I got one of these. I had 5 of the 1 ounces. I've got 100 maples. Again, all these coins tend to be going back to about 2014. I did speak to the client about this, and I said to him, so I'm not sure how you would have done on this, but I know some of the bits. I'm pretty sure he was buying some of the coins when I was selling sovereigns for like 225, 230. So he would have done okay out of this. In monetary terms, like we know how inflation works. I've been over it enough times. So on paper terms, he's done incredibly well. In real terms, he's probably just kept up with inflation, which is what you want when you got a rainy day fund. So there's 100 of these. I will show you just to prove I'm not lying. There's some strange people online. I've had people throw some mud at me of late. No idea why. Some people are just like that, you know. So sometimes it's better to let your actions do the talking. So there's 100 of those. There's some eagles. I haven't opened these up, so I'm not going to. 20 eagles. The gentleman thought there was 25. I said to him, oh, there's only 20. They come in tubes of 20. He's like, fair enough. And there was 100 Brits. So I believe, because these are in the old style containers, let's open them up. These will get broken down. I believe these will be 2013, 2014. I will check. Cool, they've tarnished and milk spotted. Yeah, 2014. Now they got rid of the plain fields because the quality issues, or at least that's what I've been led to believe. I wouldn't be shocked if there's an element of truth in that, because some of these coins were awful back in the day. Now these come from straight from a tube. They might be okay, but I think that's why the wavy lines and the matted mottled effect was brought in. But there's 100 of these. I need to figure out the pricing on these, but it will be priced. Usually when I price the Brits, it's under Atkinson's, but we shall see. 100 of these. There is some specialty silver as well. Not much of it, but there was. So I had some, well, actually, let's get into the 1 ounce credit card. I've never owned one of these, or at least I don't believe I have. I don't ever recall having one. I've always wanted one. Now, how much is something like this worth? I don't even know. Am I going to sell it? Not sure. I think it's a cool conversational piece for people. Like, oh, I've got a silver credit card, a silver card. I don't know what they go for. We did joke about it. I said, I've never had one of these. And he's like, oh, maybe you can, like, maybe I can keep it. And I was like, it's up to you, but I wouldn't mind having it myself. I don't know anything about Pyromet. I've never personally dealt with that company, so I don't know. Let's just leave that on the table. That's a cool thing to look at. Might make a cool thumbnail. And then there was some tombstones. The gentleman had 2 10-ounce tombstones. These will go for decent money. 2 of these. Okay, this is the 10-ounce as well. Stick that on top. And 2 of the 5-ounce, which don't come across many of these. They're a premium item. Whether they will get a premium price is another matter. I don't know at the moment. It is the summer holidays, so it's kind of slow. If I have to sit on them for a month or so, I might do that. But these are cool. I think these are wonderfully made. I think they're really clever in how they've been made as well. I don't know if that's, well, it must have been done by machine due to the standardization. Let's compare it. I don't think you could get that from pouring. Oh, maybe, oh, they're slightly different. Are they? They look slightly different. I don't know. If anyone has an answer, are they poured? Are they machine made? Well, pressed. That was the word I was looking for. You know, drop me a line and let me know, because I'm genuinely not sure. But there's 2 5-ounce and there's 2 10-ounce. They come with their own little baggie, which I think has always been cool. Scottsdale makes some of the best in the world. Like, there's no doubts about that. As an independent mint, I say they're probably the best in the world. There are other mints that would probably try and argue different. Geiger, maybe being one. Geiger makes some good product too, but I don't have any Geiger to show you, so just a point of reference. All right, let's get into the gold. Silver card, you can go. There was a 1-ounce Brit. This originally wasn't on the order. Now you're going to notice something, and this kind of threw me off as well. I clearly hadn't had enough coffee. I forgot, I've been dealing coins a long time, but I forgot that some of the Brits were thinner than the others and they're wider. So I was sitting there talking to him, or talking to the gentleman, and I was just like, oh, I'm not sure about that. And he's like, well, he had the receipt. He showed me the receipt. It come from one of the big bullion online dealers. There's no doubt about authenticity. But I just couldn't make sense of it in my head because it was thinner and wider. And I know that's really stupid because I know coin dimensions have changed over time for many different coins. So in the end, I just went, put Numismatic up. We get to the bottom of this. And that's what we did. But not a problem. This originally wasn't on the order, but he chucked it on. I think he just needed a certain amount. And he was happy to kind of put that on. Now let's get into the international coins. There was a lot. I think there's 13 of these. These are going to be popular. I know people are going to blow my phone up over these already. I need to work out a fair price. I used to be pretty much the sole supplier in the UK of these until Brexit really. So these are Dos Media pesos. Very, very popular, fan favourite. I'm pretty sure I used to sell these for £80 a pop. So the guy, like on spot price, he would have done okay. I don't have it to hand. Usually I'd use my calculator, but I don't have the individual. I just wrote down the weight, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure the guy would have paid around £80 a coin for these, and they're worth maybe 120, 130. I don't know, I'd have to check, but well, actually, they're... Oh, I can't even work that out in my head. Sorry, guys. Sorry. There's some DOS. If I was stacking and I still had that supplier, I'd stack these. I think that's what I'd go to, because they're small enough that you can squirrel away, and they're cheap enough that you can still afford them with relative ease. I think they're brilliant coins, and the fact that they come from a mint rather than just a bullion product, like a governmental mint, I think that's brilliant. And there's a 5. Now these are the highlight, and I remember selling these to this gentleman years ago. I remember selling these because I haven't had many of these whatsoever for various reasons. So these are 25 pesetas gold coins. These are collectible. You won't see many of them. I'm pretty sure there is an embargo on them. They're both 1877 coins. Lovely coins. If you get offered Spanish coins and you don't have one, I would say buy them, because they don't come around often. There's a few coins like that. I feel like Spanish being one of them. I think some of the South American countries, if you get offered them, you know, buy them, like the Bolivaras. Great coin. Got some ducats. These are fan favourite. These are just restrikes. One of the purest coins you'll buy. He said to me, he's like, oh, I always like them. And I said to the gentleman, I was like, everyone likes them. At one point, I'll tell you what I told the gentleman. At one point, I had a little black list of contacts, and I'd say half the list wanted ducats, and I could get them in as well because of the supplier I had. Can't these days, sadly. That's all changed, but very popular coins. These will be popular. There's 8-10 francs. Again, I would have sold these. I was one of the few people that was actually getting these in at the time. It's funny how the market's changed. Like, I kind of had not a stranglehold, but I certainly had the jump on international coin, because I remember at the time I couldn't get sovereigns in. I felt like, maybe I had a chip on my shoulder looking back, but I felt like none of the London lot wanted to deal with me, and maybe they didn't, maybe not, but I kind of got a foothold in getting international coins in, and that's what started my career really. It was never meant to be a career, but that's what really started it. So there's 8 of these, but there wasn't really anyone getting these in. These are really sparse. I remember having a bit of a fall, well, not falling out, but another dealer tried to tell me they were spot plus free, and I went, I'm not having none of that, especially considering he asked me to join his group. I went, nope, not having that. So I went and found 25 prices online. That dealer quickly apologised. I think it was like 12 or 13 seconds after I posted that, he messaged me. But it's not like that now. Like I think in the past, like people would have a shot at you, whereas now I'm established, people leave me alone. But I never really brought trouble to anyone. I just took money out of their pocket. But I never started shit. It wasn't like that. Una Libra. Again, if you get offered one of these, this isn't the best looking one. I've seen better looking ones, but these are rare coins. They're very popular coins. Same specifications as a sovereign. Fan favourite. I've always been a fan favourite. These and the Bolivaras, you know, if you get your hands on any of them, you're going to do well. Right, running out of space. There we go. There's still, oh, there's a couple of Lunar horses. I sold these as well. He would have done well on them. He would have done very well. Some 20 francs, got a couple of angels. It's a shame, I had a 100 angel come in that's gone. It's already gone to a client. So 1935 LB Swiss Miss, as another prominent YouTuber likes to call her. I haven't found a better name, so I'm sticking with it. Make it out what you will. A couple of angels. I had a 100 angel come in. The angels are popular. When I looked at them, I was like, oh, is that a Tunisian? Because I remember I had some Tunisian 20 francs in the past. They're like hen's teeth. Can't find them. 1 year issue, 300k mintage. Can't get my hands on them. All 16 minutes in. Fantastic. To be fair, I haven't given you a video in a long time. Maybe you deserve it. Some 10th eagles. I don't remember selling these. Saying that, the gentleman did say that the majority of the stuff he bought came from me, but he did buy from other people. But I don't have a monopoly on people's wallets, you know. If people want to buy from me, fantastic. But if they want to go elsewhere, I'm not going to be annoyed about that. It's not how life works. There's a 20 mark. I don't really have an affinity with German coins, but I love Germany. I like Dutch coins. I think Dutch coins I've got an affinity with because that was when I was first kind of really getting into buying coins. Like, I've always been a collector, but I used to collect stuff I found rather than buy stuff for my collection. And when I went to the Netherlands, that's when I started to ramp up my buying. These should be worth more. They're not. I don't understand why. Also, if you get a 5 Gilder, check them. They're a 1 year issue. There's loads of fakes. They're worth very good money. I've sniped many of them over the year. They've all been fine, thankfully. But the fakes do crop up. Right. So yeah, that's about it really. Sorry about knocking the camera over. I'd say it can't be helped, it can. But I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one.